Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your SmackDown review. Wow, there was only, how many matches on the show? There was only 3 matches on the show, which is very unusual. There was attempt at telling stories here. But wow, it really just shows how poor the storytelling is on SmackDown, so let's just get right into it. We started off with Paige in the middle of the ring. So good that, they're leading off the show with the big moment that ended last week, so that's a smart move right there. Paige is going to fire Samoa Joe, and I guess like he's been sent home or something like that. It wasn't really explained. He's just not there, which is kind of poor storytelling. So AJ is at home. He's not there. No one's there. The big stars are not there. Why should they be right before the big match at Superstar Show? Keep everybody at home. So boos from the crowd. AJ's not there. The champion's not on the show. He's at home. He's in Georgia, I guess. Is that where he lives? Anyway, so he's in Gainesville. Yeah, it's Gainesville, Georgia, right? So he's there at home. He's saying he's going to bury Samoa Joe. He's all of a sudden the Undertaker. People are speculating it's going to be a buried alive match. Now, I'm pretty sure that was a figure of speech. I don't think we're getting... That would be really interesting to see a buried alive match with wrestlers that are not Undertaker or Kane or, Mick Foley or somebody in that vein, because that would just be really odd. So you could pretty much put those rumors to rest. I don't think we're going to get a buried alive match, people. So, this match was, I mean, this storyline that they tried telling, it was pretty boring, tell the least, the lead up to the match. I mean, it's, AJ's just sitting there on the Titantron. It's, monotone. It's not coming across well. There's nothing stimulating here. Samoa Joe's not there to play off of it. So Paige is not going to fire Samoa Joe. AJ begged Paige not to fire him so he could get his hands on Samoa Joe. And, none of the footage is there from last week. We didn't get to see what happened. We don't even know what happened. They didn't even talk about what happened. Samoa Joe went inside AJ's house. So what happened when he went in there? Okay, you don't have footage. Could you at least tell the stories? Maybe could AJ talk about what happened? That was why I felt... No, none of that. So it's like we're having a storyline here, but there's no story to be told. There's just like a general idea going on. So I mean, maybe I was right when I said last week. Maybe Samoa Joe just wanted to go into AJ's house to raid the fridge. Maybe wanted to just see if he had any pudding cups in there or something. I don't know. So, they want to make an attempt here in an edgy storyline, and I'm seeing people are making lists about, like what are some of the edgiest storylines of all time, and people are already including this on their lists. I mean, that's just fucking incredible. I mean, you really think that this storyline's over? You think this is good shit? All right, I mean, to each his own, as I always say, but look at these ratings right here. I think they speak for themselves, just how good the quality is. Carmella and R-Truth defeated Almas and Selena Vega. It's like, what are they even... This is what I'm saying. It's like, what are they even doing with Almas? They put him against AJ. They put him against Bryan. Let's make a big deal out of this guy and everything. He's the NXT champion. And once again, it's just like, why did you even bring him up to the main roster? You're not doing anything with him. You're not putting him in any interesting storyline. He hasn't even had a pay-per-view match since he's been brought up. So you're gonna do all that? I mean, I'll never forget, like, back in the day during the Attitude Era, when they got their hands on the Ruthless Aggression Era, when they got their hands on the new wrestler or something, they couldn't wait to like catapult that guy on pay-per-view, shower him with titles, put him in, you know, put him in a program with the biggest star on the show. I mean, like, what happened to all that? Now it's like a new guy comes in and it's a whimper. Where's Eric Young? Right? Where's Sanity? But, you know, there was actually a gimmick that was over, that people wanted to see. They're not even on the show. They haven't had a pay-per-view match. So it's just like, you get brought up to the main roster, and it's not like a promotion. It's a demotion. I mean, they're making more money, so I guess they can't complain. But, I mean, the integrity of these guys, they're just made to look so horrible. The New Day was in the cooking segment, and like, it's like what the bar said, it's like a fucking children's show already with these guys. I mean, when they first started out the New Day with the trumpet and everything, they were being funny. It was like, okay, even the adults could get into this. They're just being a bit silly. They're, you know, they're being, you know, heels, and they're just being funny and sarcastic and, you know, playing pranks. And now it's just, man, like, what the fuck is up with the fucking pancakes? Like, can anyone, I mean, like, really, I know I've ranted on this extensively for, like, almost like fucking a year now, right? But really, can anybody tell me what's up with the fucking pancakes and how this gets started and how this is supposed to be funny? Like what's the gimmick here? What's the story behind this? Why is this funny? Is this like a meme? Is this like some fucking type of like thing about pancake? I mean, like, I don't know. It's not like IHOP is sponsoring them. I mean, Corey Graves did mention IHOP, but, you know, IHOP, I didn't see a commercial for that. I don't know, maybe I missed there some, I don't know, maybe in certain states they have different commercials that air. Maybe somewhere IHOP is airing a commercial. They throw flour in the face of New Day, they beat them up, and then they had their guy who makes the pancakes, Mr. Bootyworth, and they put the pancake batter in his hat. Then they put it on his head. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching here? I mean, like, honestly, am I supposed to be entertained? Am I supposed to find this funny? Am I supposed to seriously watch this show? Or are people supposed to actually tune into the show and after they see this be like, oh, wow, Fox, you paid $1 billion. I want you to look at this segment. And I want you to, without it, I don't care if you have nothing to show on Friday. You could fucking show a goddamn screen of static. And even that would be more over. Ooh, look at the static. Oh, wow. It's crazy. Look at that white noise on there. Oh, my God. Like, I don't know. I think that's more thrilling than this. Like, count how many little speckles are on the screen at a time. I mean, I think that's more of a fun activity. That's more fucking constructive than what we're seeing here. This is for brain dead idiots! Randy Orton was scheduled to have a match with Ty Dillinger, but they kind of just brawled instead. He beat the shit out of Ty. And what the funny thing was is that, you know, he put his, I guess because he does the 10 gimmick, he put his finger like where the turnbuckle is and he started pulling back on it. And I kind of like that. I like how they zoomed in on it and they were trying to make you uncomfortable. Like, I like this gimmick that they're going for Orton, like he's doing sadistic things to, you know, hurt these guys. Like the same thing, like he put the screwdriver in Randy and Jeff Hardy's ear, you know, in his gauges. I mean, I thought that was good. I mean, that was something that we hadn't seen before. That was unique, and it was violent, you know, and it wasn't a chair shot to the head. So, you know, I'm all for that. It was a bit dragged out though for just being a beatdown, but. You know, I like that little spot they did there. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Ty Dillinger or why anyone wants to see this guy. I mean, you know, How are we going to be invested in him beating up Ty Dillinger? Instead when he beats up Jeff Hardy, because Jeff Hardy's a big star. Ty Dillinger isn't. So going after Ty is, unless they're going to have like Jeff Hardy come out to save him at one point, and it's, going to be an attempt at getting Ty over. It's not going to happen. You're never going to see Ty Dillinger get over. I'm sorry about that. This guy's not a perfect 10. He's a perfect 0. We had the one night in Milwaukee thing, so you had Aiden English showing the video on the Titantron, and it cuts off right as Lana says, "Aiden, I have something to tell you. I want you." It sounded like she was about to say something else, maybe negative or whatever, but Rusev got angry. He ran after Aiden. And then Lana was in the middle of the ring. And then they started booing Lana. And I was like, hold on a second here. Did they just evoke emotion from the audience? No, and I'm not talking about on Raw when they, took a pot shot at the sports team that left, that the Sonics left Seattle. No, they actually took a storyline and they made Lana look bad. They made her look like a whore. And they got the segment over by doing something a little interesting. Now, if you've watched the Attitude Era like me, this looks like Attitude Era Light. This looks like Diet Attitude Era. But, there was an attempt at something, and they got it over. It evoked an emotion from the crowd. And this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, not having Lana doing dance routines and all this other fucking nonsense and Lana Day and all this shit, like little taglines. No, they told a story and it got over. And I like that. So they did a good job here for, trying to tell a story here. And, they left part 2. I guess maybe next week they'll show the other part. Shelton Benjamin was backstage with The Miz, and I don't get this, like, The Miz got Shelton a match, like, Shelton can't get his own match, and they talk about how Shelton's been on the sidelines, and like I said, I hate when they do this. It's like, yeah, you have Shelton on the sidelines. The guy's in better shape than he was the first time he was there. He's the gold standard. You had this guy pinning Triple H on an episode of Raw back in 2004. The guy was over at one point. He was in a great tag team. He was in Team Angle with Kurt Angle. And he's just sitting around doing jack fucking shit. When this guy could possibly be more over than 75% of your current roster, I mean, you're having Ty Dillinger go out there, but not Shelton Benjamin. You got Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. This fat, out of shape fucking pig. He is at the top of the card, and he's in the shape that he's in. And meanwhile, a guy that looks like Shelton Benjamin is warming benches. The fuck is up with that fucking shit? That right there, that shows how horrendous this company truly is. So we have a match at Shelton Benjamin versus Daniel Bryan. The Miz provides a distraction. The Shelton hits pay dirt, and he gets the pin on Bryan. Now, this is great. I was happy to see Shelton get a win. There's only one problem with this. Do you really want to make Bryan lose right before his #1 contenders match in Australia? See, this is what I'm saying. They're in a position where they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't do their booking. You want to give Shelton a win. You feel bad because, you've been having this guy lose after he's given a lot to the company over the years. And I understand that, and rightfully so. But if that's the case, then why are you having him warm benches? Why did you bring him back just to have him sit backstage and do jack shit? So, you have him give him a win, but it hurts Bryan in the process. Then you had Asuka defeating Peyton Royce. I don't even know why they continue with the Iconics. What are they even doing with this feud? I mean, honestly, is this going to be a match at Evolution? Are we going to see the Iconics versus Asuka and Naomi? Is that one of these great matches that we got to have the first ever women's pay-per-view for? Is this the type of shit we have to look forward to? And then in the main event segment, we had Becky Lynch cutting a promo on Charlotte, and she was doing a good job. But guys, honestly, this was not as good as Stone Cold. This was not as good as any Stone Cold promo I've ever seen. And I'm sorry, she's not Stone Cold. Go watch my video on that. I did an extensive rant. But my God, if you're going to still compare her to Stone Cold, I mean, I watched this segment, and I like Becky Lynch. I like the character they've given her. I like that, you know, they're doing something a little different right there. That she, you know, basically, I think it's that they wanted her to, they just wanted to basically make her a heel. And it was kind of because the crowd is so counterculture nowadays that, you know, now they just want to cheer the heel. That's why I was happy. They just had Charlotte come out there and beat the shit out of her, because it made the crowd not know what to think. Charlotte just beat the shit out of her. She looked like the heel, so I don't know if they're going to go ahead and do that double turn. But I kind of like what we got right here. No clear-cut baby face, no clear-cut heel, just two girls kicking the shit out of each other, and it made Charlotte look like a badass here. And I like this little segment here. Becky got a good promo going. Charlotte just came out and she got some heat because the crowd is, you know, into Becky at the moment, so beating her up was a way of getting them hot at Charlotte. So it was good enough. So yeah, you had two good segments on this show. You had the heat against Lana with the one night in Milwaukee, and, you know, they got some heat on Charlotte at the end there. So, but aside from that, I mean, that opening segment, man, and AJ's acting, holy fucking shit. I don't know what it is. You know, when he was a heel champion, I thought he was cutting some good promos, but ever since he's been a babyface, I mean, it's been fucking one bad promo, one cheesy promo after another. I mean, my fucking God. I mean, it's getting to the point where like, I have to look at it and just say, man, AJ, like, they got to make a change here. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the review. You know, click subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get the notifications when I post all my new videos. And this has been your YWC champ. And I'm signing out.